Felix was a longtime La Mesa resident who dedicated countless hours of his time giving back to his community, promoting it to the rest of the county, and donating personal funds to help make La Mesa a better place to live and work. The winner of this year's George Felix Volunteer of the Year Award is Nancy Dennison of Keller Williams Realty.
I'm really honored to be the recipient of the George Felix Volunteer of the Year Award. I've served on the board of the Chamber, I think, for 14 out of the last 15 years, and when I was chair of the Chamber in 2003, I had this idea to start a luncheon to honor women in the business community, and that's how Women in Leadership began 8 years ago. And it's been just a great event. It's been a real pleasure to watch it grow. I don't really know why volunteering is so important to me, other than I think I always seem to get more than I give in terms of the satisfaction and the people I get to interact with, and just learning more about the community and the people in it. It's just something that I find tremendously satisfying. I feel I've been very fortunate in my life, and it just seems natural to want to give back to other people in any way I can.
The Stony Stone Community Service Award is given each year to someone who exemplifies the same dedication, passion, and commitment to the El Cajon community as B.W. Stoney Stone, a community treasure. Stoney's a longtime East County resident and icon, devoting endless amounts of his time and personal wealth to the East County community, specifically East County children. This year, Chuck Hansen, the longtime face in the community for Viejas Enterprises, is the recipient of the Stoney Award.
I want to start off by saying just how complimented and honored I am to be receiving the Stony Stone Community Activity Award. I think back to the 1990s, and I've known Stoney 25 years. I know it's that long because I've gone to 3 of his retirement parties, and I finally have gotten him to come out to one of mine, which I'm very, very grateful for, and I was honored that he was there. I can remember some of the events that I attended with Stoney. One that sticks in my mind is the American Red Cross. When they first started their breakfasts and they wanted to make an award to an outstanding citizen in each county. And without hesitation, the committee selected Stoney Stone, and there he stood with Wendell Cutting and our tribal member accepting that award. To me, there were 2 strong leaders in the community. Stoney has led the way for over 20 years. If you name anything that involves a child and the ability to help a child, he has undertaken the task to raise the money and the funds. And I've really got to speak on behalf not only of Viejas and the Viejas Band of Kumeyaay Indians that I am privileged to represent, but the other tribes in East County that strongly support the activities of Stoney's kids. We all believe very strongly in what he's doing for our community of children. And as he says, the future leaders are really up to us to develop. God bless you, Stoney, and thank you.
The Wendell Cutting Business Ethics Award serves as a recognition of a business person who demonstrates the same stellar ethics, compassion, and humanity of the late Wendell Cutting. Wendell Cutting was a business person, political advisor, and international humanitarian. He was a consistent advocate on behalf of East County, including our chamber and our mission. The winner of the 2011 Wendell Cutting Business Ethics Award is Kevin Miller of Foothills Christian Church.
One of the amazing things about this award, the Wendell Cutting Ethics and Business Award, is, it's funny and it's humbling at the same time, because I know, looking around a room when I'm hanging out with my friends at the Chamber of Commerce, that so many of them should be acknowledged for their ethics in business, by far, and are. So me being up here is kind of funny, but knowing Wendell Cutting as I did in the past, that's the humbling part of it, because I pale in comparison. When you talk about the types of things that the church is involved with in the community, the main focus is kids. Children, youth, 5,000 to 6,000 kids a week that we reach out to with our Youth Venture program, after-school programs, different camps and trips that we do. One of the most important missions to me for the last couple of years, because of the economy, has been reaching out to folks in the workplace who are really, really struggling. Some of them, they don't have a job, so we have an employment ministry where we identify people who want to work, because everybody doesn't. Secondly, we equip them to find work, and that's in a variety of different ways, working with mentors inside and outside Foothills Church. And then we locate people who really want to help mentor or have people intern or shadow that are really diligent workers. So that's been something that's been a ministry that's a little unusual for a church, but really, really necessary these days. That goes on top of the things that we do with feeding the homeless and taking care of single moms and things that we think that the church needs to do in the city.
The C. Allen Paul Award honors an individual who has actively worked to enhance the relationships between the education and business communities. The award is named for Dr. C. Allen Paul, who was one of the original founders of Grossmont College and the first dean of its business school. He was remembered for his strong work bridging a mutual understanding, cooperation, and collaboration between East County's business and educational communities. The winner of this year's C. Allen Paul Award is Elena Levins-Craig of Packaging Solutions.
I am receiving the C. Allen Paul Award, and I was really honored when I found out, because I feel like winning this award allows me to let other people in the community know about those things that matter to me. And connecting the business and the education community together seemed to me to be a natural fit because of being a business owner and also a past educator. One of the areas in which I volunteer is with the Virtual Enterprise program at El Cajon Valley High School. For students in their senior year, instead of taking economics, they can choose to be part of a virtual enterprise. And so the students together decide on what kind of company they want to run. And then local business leaders in the community come and do interviews. And they interview the students. So who will be the CEO and who will be the head of HR and who's going to be the head of accounting. And then these students actually work in those roles, and other students in the class become their employees, and they're in charge of managing their employees. They do weekly meetings, they do sales forecasts, they even do a business plan, and at the end of the year, it's culminated through not only trade fairs, but also an annual report presentation that has to do with how their business worked throughout the year. I've always said that I want to change the world one person at a time, and for me, this arena was a great place in which to do that. Wait just a moment. If you feel that you want to get involved, whether it be at school through the Bond Oversight Committee or Junior Achievement or PTA, or whether it be more county-wide through the San Diego Book Project or Salvation Army, I'm sitting right over there, and I would love to meet you tonight so that we can find out what would be the best volunteer opportunity for you.
The Jim Schmidt Business Advocate Award is given each year to a member who has displayed tireless advocacy to elected officials and key government staff on behalf of the business community as Jim Schmidt. Jim Schmidt is a retired banker, public servant, and former East County Chamber Board member who still remains active and involved in our chamber and our community. The winner of this year's Jim Schmidt Business Advocate Award is Barry Jantz, CEO of the Grossmont Healthcare District.
It's really an honor to be recognized by the East County Chamber for what I do out in the community to advocate for business, especially with government. It's really what I see as my main role with the Grossmont Healthcare District. But I want to tell you what an honor it is to be recognized with an award named after Jim Schmidt. Because when I was in college, his daughter and I were involved in college politics together, and that's how I got to know Jim and Jerry. And this guy was a huge community leader. So he was a mentor to me right from the beginning, and he really accepted me as a young, kind of starry-eyed guy that would say, wow, a big guy like this would recognize me. But he's been a mentor ever since as an individual, but also in my role with the Grossmont Healthcare District. I see the importance of advocating for business with government. And that means, oftentimes that means partnering with legislators, with elected officials, making sure they know who we are, both as a chamber, and I'm really doing that because of the support of my board members of the Grossmont Healthcare District. They want me out in the community doing this, and it benefits us. And in turn, I really believe it benefits the Chamber of Commerce, chairing the Governmental Affairs Committee. It's about policy, but most of the time it's about relationships. And sometimes you can affect policy better by having good relationships. So that's what I really see as my role in all I do in advocating for business with government. Oftentimes that means bringing people together. Oftentimes that means schmoozing. Oftentimes that means policy, hardcore policy items, but that really means about relationships. So that's how I see my role, and that's why I think it's important.
Each year, the Chamber's Ambassador Committee selects an ambassador who has distinguished themselves by going above and beyond their duties as an ambassador of the Chamber, making new members feel welcomed and encouraging them to stay engaged in our Chamber. This year, the committee chose incoming chair of the Ambassador Committee, Jim Timlin of San Diego Business Supply, to be the 2011 winner of the Ambassador of the Year Award.
I really believe that if I'm going to pay for Chamber membership, that I should try to get the most out of it. And I really believe that being an ambassador really allows me to do that. I get more contact with more prospects in East County by going to ribbon cuttings, being involved with the events, and just more access to more of the people and members of the Chamber. The ambassadors really are the welcoming arm of the Chamber. Also, the ambassadors typically are the people that know a lot of the members just because they've made contact and they go to all the events. So, I think they're very important because, without the ambassadors, we just have administrators. Ambassadors are the liaisons between the organization and the members. Since I've become an ambassador with the East County Chamber, I have really noticed there are more opportunities for me in my business.
The Leadership East County Award is a new award and will be given each year to an alumni member of the Chamber's award-winning Leadership East County program who has demonstrated proven leadership in encouraging and promoting community involvement and has done so through their own public service. Leadership East County is about to enter its third decade and is the source of pride for all who make the personal and professional commitment to participate. Leadership graduates become the leaders of our community. Rebecca Collier personifies what a community leader should be. She is thoughtful, knowledgeable, and effective, and her commitment has made the program, the Chamber in our community, a better place. We are proud to honor Rebecca Collier with the very first Leadership East County Award.
So I am shocked, honestly, to be nominated and to receive this award. It's a humbling experience, no question about it, because for me, leadership really is more a passion. Somebody years ago saw something that I didn't see in myself in terms of being able to contribute to the community. So it's been a labor of love based on a leap of faith, and it's just, I couldn't be happier. Could not be happier with this award. What I've seen is a number of people who have not been as effective in getting things accomplished be a part of this program, and now they have a network. They have a systematic approach to what they're doing, but more than anything, it's like a catalyst. It's like, I don't know, I don't drink Red Bull, but it's like, down in a case of Red Bull, and all of a sudden people get charged up, and now they've got more momentum. They've got a clear direction, but they also have a support group that helps them get things accomplished. So to me, leadership is about the people aspect of things as opposed to necessarily the process aspect. So I'm a big fan of Leadership East County because I think it is the way that things get done in the community. When we can identify individuals who care about improving the quality of life and we're able to put them with like-minded people, things get accomplished, and that's probably the legacy of this Leadership East County program. Things are getting done.